literally one right here. So I just saw The Killing of Sacred Deer. It stars Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman and a number of other people. Of course, this was directed by the same director that did another movie called The Lobster. I saw The Lobster a while ago, and I definitely liked that movie. But this one is weird. It's steeped in metaphors and symbolism, and I believe even because when I came across, I looked up some other reviews of it, and apparently a lot of, well, I guess enough people are in agreement that it's also steeped in, I guess, Greek mythology of some kind. I mean, Colin Farrell, he plays this cardiologist, Dr. Stephen Murphy, and he's supposed to be this, like, renowned cardiovascular surgeon, and his wife is played by Nicole Kidman. She's an ophthalmologist, and they have 2 kids, son and daughter, and their kids are also pretty, I guess you'd say, smart, intelligent, and well behaved. And then I guess all of a sudden one day this kid named Martin kind of like comes into their lives, and at first, like, he does it in like kind of a subtle way, and I guess because he meets with Colin Farrell's character at the hospital, and I don't know if it's like he ends up like meeting, if they both end up meeting each other on a regular basis, or if it's just a couple times, no more than a couple times, and then Martin gets introduced to the rest of the family. But anyways, either way, he kind of makes himself a part of the family, and at the same time, he ends up reminding Dr. Stephen Murphy. He reminds him of, I guess, something that happened in which, I mean, I guess I don't want to give it away, but pretty much, I mean, it does have to do with, I guess, like a former patient, and that former patient was Martin's father. And so, yeah, I mean, because when I read like the synopsis of this, I assumed it was going to be like some kind of a revenge movie, and I mean, I guess it is. I mean, there is that element to it, but then it's so much more than that. And like I said, it's full of metaphors and symbolism, and it's definitely one of those movies that would no doubt require multiple viewings. Except I don't know if I mean, right now I'm not really interested in watching it more than once. That's not to say that it's bad. It's just there's some parts in it that are pretty disturbing. It's just, you know, I mean, I guess I could see this being offensive to a lot of people. Me personally, I would say I wasn't offended. It was just, I was more like I was kind of shocked at some of the images in this, and also, yeah, just some of the images. And also, it didn't help that while I was watching it, I was eating lunch, and but I mean, ultimately, you know, I was able to appreciate, you know, this movie as an interesting work of art, because it is artsy as well. And I like these kinds of movies that, you know, aren't like the typical movie. Because, I mean, a movie like this could have easily been like your basic revenge plot or scenario. And But then it would have come off as just highly mediocre at best. But for me, this is, I mean, I guess because I like these kinds of movies that are weird and that make you think, that force you to, that pretty much give you no choice but to analyze the different symbolism, different metaphors, and also too, like, pretty much everyone in this movie give interesting performances, but it's not like one of those movies that focuses on, I mean, because the way that each person portrays their character, they don't do it in an overly emotional kind of way. It's more like very reserved. I would even say very stoic. Like, it's kind of like they did their best at portraying emotional characters without showing emotion, or with showing like a very minimal amount of emotion, which obviously I would say that can't be an easy thing to do. At least I don't think it is. I mean, I'm not an actor. It's just based on my experience of watching a lot of movies and reading about a lot of different things pertaining to the theater and whatnot. But I mean, yeah, it's just, I guess overall I would give it a rating of like 8 out of 10. Because even now, like, I think it's definitely one of those movies that I'm going to be thinking about for some time to come. And not only that, but I mean, even if I were to ignore every other aspect of this movie and just focus on the ending, the way it ends, it's very suspenseful, intriguing, and shocking. Yeah, that's, I don't know what else to say about it. If you've seen this movie, you no doubt understand what I'm talking about. And yeah, so again, I give it an 8 out of 10. If you like weird movies, if you like movies, that are, again, steeped in symbolism, metaphors, and also apparently Greek mythology. Actually, I guess now that I kind of think about it, it does make sense. The whole, it's kind of like I'm just now starting to realize the Greek mythology aspect of it. But yeah, so anyways, that does it for my review. My review of Killing of a Sacred Deer. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, till next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.